say, hey guys, it's Claus, welcome back, and it's that time again. It's that time to pick the biggest asshole. That's right, the series where you get to watch multiple assholes in action, and then you get to choose who you think is the biggest. There can only be one biggest asshole, and I've got lots of clips for you today. I've got 8 clips. There's only 5 voting buttons. Oh, did I mention? Yeah, you get to vote. In the top right corner of the screen, there's a voting button. There's only room for 5, but we're going to watch 8, and I'm going to pick what I think are the 5, and you get to vote. And we're starting it off here with Santana in his WZ Tier 10 Scout Tank. Beautiful colors on him, and he's moved immediately into a aggressive bush to spot the enemies that cross the bridge there. And a T-44 has kind of moved in, but is poked beyond the bushes there and got hit, which upsets him and causes him to try and seek revenge on our player Santana. It's Yaniv Dotan 2. Yaniv Dotan 2. In the T-44. You are the first contestant on today's biggest assholes. I don't know what he was doing. He kind of drove out past the bush, got spotted, got hit, got angry, then pushed Santana out into the open so he could get spotted and hit and killed. And now he's using his teammate's dead tank as cover. I guess that was his plan. He wanted to use Santana's WZ as cover. Was that his plan? That's what you were trying to do? Well, actually, now he's rethinking things and wondering, probably using him as cover is not the greatest idea. What am I really doing here? I'm not really sure. I guess I'll just, why don't I just go into these bushes over here? That's where he was in the first place. It must be a pretty good spot. Yaniv Dotan 2, are you today's biggest asshole? Well, you guys get to decide. Well, let's move on. Another T-44 has sent me a clip. Captain Rezmir is pretty frustrated because he's getting shot by an invisible enemy, and STA-1 has just shot him. Where is that guy? He's been shot again by an invisible tank. He must be right in that bush right there. Let's take a shot. Oh, the invisible tank was the least of his worry. There is a non-invisible teammate in an IS-3, Slavaj Kula from the DS-89 clan, has decided to team kill his teammate. Why would he do that? Slavaj Kula! Here he comes in the IS-3. Well, maybe he wanted this spot. Maybe he wanted to come here and get shot by the invisible STA-1. Was that your plan? Are you going to explain yourself? What were you doing? I'm not really sure what happened there. Well, he explains himself in chat. He's, I guess he's feeling a little bit bad about it, and he types in, sorry. That's his explanation. Sorry. Is he today's biggest asshole? Slavaj Kula! Well, you guys get to decide. Let's move on to the next clip. And we have Banubo in his Scorpion G, and he's going to show us 2 things here. Well, the next contestant on the biggest assholes, and we're going to learn a little bit about TDs, watching them in their natural habitat. This is what they do. A lot of you don't ever get to see TDs during the game because they remain invisible, camping at the back shooting you. This is what they actually do. This is what their lives are like. We could just observe the game here. TDs in their natural habitat, and how they scurry around and move left and right and left and reposition. And this is how TDs push and be aggressive in the game. You can see them. This is how they behave. It's good to learn. It's nice to know what you're up against by observing them in their own natural habitat. But where is the asshole? There he is! It's another TD! It is the FV4505 Vladuts B. Vladuts. Vladuts, what are you doing, you stupid TD, in your natural habitat? I am jealous, and I don't know, why did he team kill him? I have no idea. Nobody knows. But was he today's biggest asshole? Well, you guys get to decide. We're just going through them so fast. These, there's no time. There's no time for commentary or funny stories because we've got to get through this stuff. You guys send me so many clips that if I were to make every 2 weeks, I make a video featuring 5 assholes. I can't keep up because I get 4, 5, 600 asshole clips a week. I would have to make 5 episodes a day. But anyway, let's move on here. Look at this. FV4005 Crud 3 has just started the game and is heading to the east to try and help his team win with this. Oh, wait, he's been shot in the ass twice with HE, 2 scorpions, and he's on fire and he's burning, and he's exploded in a fiery ball of death. 2 blue scorpions one of them has been banned and credited with the kill, and the other one has team killed his platoon mate and now drives to the edge of the cliff, and as you can see, he's jumped off and killed himself. 2 for the price of 1. I guess I could include more assholes by showing more clips with pairs. Lexa 257 from the 73 CSR clan, and Panzer General HU from the Chai clan. Good job, guys. Good job. That was entertaining. Are those 2 today's biggest assholes in their premium scorpions, shooting HE into the ass of another tank that they know they can pen, they set on fire, and kill in a fiery ball of death? Well, they'll certainly be on the voting list there. But let's move on. I-Has Tank in his Scorpion has moved to this spot to try and get a lucky shot at the beginning of the game. He's moved here and he's pre-aimed and waiting patiently at this corner. Is someone finally going to show up that he can shoot? Is it? Wait, he's being pushed. There's a KV-2. CU 12 has pushed him into the open, so finally the enemies have arrived and shot him up the ass. Oh boy, now his turret is jammed. So he's going to patiently wait for his crew to fix his turret. Is CU12 today's biggest asshole? Well, you guys get to decide. But let's keep watching here and find out what happens. He has backed up now, and he's decided, well, if the KV-2 can push me into the open, I'll push the KV-2 into the open. But alas, a tier 8 Scorpion with a Panther body cannot push a KV-2. KV-2 tier 6 heavy tank can easily just shrug him off and say, hey, stop it. Stop pushing me. The KV-2 has greater engine power and better horsepower. And the KV-2 gun is turning around, but the Scorpion has fixed his turret and has shot him, and now the KV-2 is distracted and killed because karma is a bitch. Let's move on to the next one and read the chat. Read the chat immediately, guys. The WZ1115A. You see what he wrote there? I made it bigger for you. Any last words, clickers? It's Colmio Pavo from the Fame clan. I wonder where he's from. Colmio Pavo. It almost sounds not English. Well, the game is about to start, and it looks like the FV artillery has read the chat and immediately tries to back up into the water for cover. But the GWE-100 has not read the chat and is going to set up, and he is immediately killed by Colmio Pavo from the Fame clan, who is now heading towards the other artillery. He hits the other artillery as well, and he's turned blue, and now his teammates have all ganged up and are shooting him back. They are shooting Colmio Pavo. And is he gonna, it looks like he's not moving. Is it possible that he's banned already? I'm not sure, but they've finally gotten rid of him. He almost took out, I guess he's not that smart. He didn't load HE to take out the second artillery, but Colmio Pavo, are you today's biggest asshole? Well, you guys get to decide. Let's move on to the next clip here. And who is this guy? Who is it? Well, actually, it's a father-son platoon. It's a father playing with his son. Isn't that nice to see? It's great when you see a dad or a mom playing with their kid online. It's just such bonding, such fun. And they're out to have a good time together. And here he is, ex-World Destroyer of Death in the Covenator. That's the son. And his father, Last Doodoo, in the Birch Gun. And there's a little rubbing going on here. They're trying to jostle for this bush. And there's some damage being done to PZ. Oh, the PZ has shot the World Destroyer of Death twice. He's shot he's tried to shoot him again. But it looks like the Su-85 has moved in to protect the little guy. He's in the way. But it looks like, what's going on? He's going around and he's killed him and turned blue. and been banned. The PZ4D DU235 Sabot Shot. That's his name, believe it or not. Has turned blue. And, well, it looks like the... sorry, Dad, last doo-doo. You're going to have to play your birch gun on your own now. Your son's been TK'd. Oh, wait a minute here. Is your name supposed to be Last Dodo? I said Last Doo-doo. Well, D-O-D-O. That's kind of a dumb name, Last Doo-doo. I mean, you look at your son's name. World Destroyer of Death! And I think I'll platoon with my dad, Last Doo-doo. You know, it's embarrassing, quite frankly. And I'm surprised your son plays with you, you know. Come on, I'll gift you the 7,500 gold and change your name like a World Destroyer of Death as well! Or, you know, Pestilence Plague of Despair! Or the World Virus from Hell! Or something like, come on, Last Doo-doo, please. I mean, if you want to continue to enjoy quality time with your kid, change your in-game name. Or better still, go play a whole different game where he can't get TK'd right in front of your eyes. Oh, but I digress. A DU235 Sabot Shot in the PZ4D. Were you today's biggest asshole? Well, you guys get to decide. Remember, there's a voting button in the top right corner of the screen. And we're going to end it off with a little bit of a longer clip in this one, showing exactly what happens when you play a scout tank. Here he is, the T-71DA. Read the chat. He's moved up aggressively to spot from this bush. Unfortunately, he does not have the best view range. Maybe he's still stock, or he has not equipped coated optics or binocs. And but he has spotted this AMX 1357, which he is getting some damage assist, 9 HP damage assist. The artillery is the only one who managed to hit the enemy scout who he spotted. He spotted that enemy. The enemy scout is actively spotting, driving around, and he is passively spotting. He is detecting this guy, but no one seems to be wanting to shoot him, except the artillery who tries again. And this is frustrating his team. His active spotting enemy scout tank has successfully lit 4 of his teammates who have been killed, and he's managed to just spot the spotter. But they can't hit him. This is infuriating his team. And now the pinging has started, and the insults are going to start to collect in the chat. And the Scorpion has shot him. One of his teammates has shot him. Who is it? It's oh! And another teammate has shot him. He's been shot by 2 separate teammates that think that perhaps by shooting him, they will increase their chances of winning. It's Basile 20 in the Scorp G and Airman 37 in the T25-2. That's a good strategy. Now half the team is dead, and he said, well, screw it. I'm out of here. Obviously, the position he was in was too dangerous, having to worry about enemies that may spot him and shoot him, or more importantly, teammates that knew exactly where he was and were shooting him. So he's moved as far away from those guys as he can. And the chat will continue now. The chat will continue. And everyone on the team is absolutely sure that the only reason that they are losing this game is because this particular T-71DA did not win the game single-handedly for them. It has nothing to do with his teammates that just drove into the open at the beginning of the game and sat in the open while they were detected and got killed. It is completely and totally the general's fault. In his T-71DA. If he had done something other than he had done, this game would be a victory for sure. It's all his fault, and it's going to go on in the chat, berating and insulting, while he just runs for cover and just tries to take some shots from the safety of the back lines. The game is only a few minutes old, and it's surely going to end in a miserable, horrible defeat, and it's all the T-71DA's fault. It's completely his fault. It has nothing to do with anyone else on the team or anything that the enemies did. It's simply, totally, 100% his fault. And Well, at least that's what Basile20 and Airman37 think. Not only did they each take a turn shooting him, but they believe that this 15-1 loss is completely and 100% his fault. And now look, the VK, he's the last guy alive and he's calling, help, help, help me! Help, SOS, help! We're team help! They're all dead. It's over. It took 4 minutes and it's a 15-1 loss. And it's completely and totally the fault of the T-71DA. If not for him, it would have been a sure victory. At least that's what Basile20 and Airman37 think. It was all because of him. We would have won. He's bringing down my WN8. If it wasn't for our T-71, we would have just romped through these guys and won the game easily. I think that's it, guys. That's enough for today. You're going to have to vote. Remember, there can only be one biggest asshole, and you get to choose. You get to decide. Use the voting button in the top right corner of the screen. There can only be one. Well, actually, there could be a lot more than one. There's 8 for sure. A couple of the clips had 2. So, I mean, there's at least 10 or 12 that we've watched. But you can only vote for one. There can only be one winner, is what I mean. So, vote. I do tally up the results, and I keep the best ones, the biggest of the biggest. And we're going to do a grand final at the end of the year. You know that, do you? Your voting is important.